And
Okay.
then gonna take us live. Cool.
Yes.
Alrighty, let's do it. Hi everyone, welcome to the next session. I'm sorry for the slightly late start, some technical difficulties our side, but we're all set to go. So I'm really excited about this session. About a year ago, I did a workshop using this plugin, and I think it's such a useful plugin to use. And I'm really keen to sort of share it with some more folks and get the real experts to tell us about it. So, of course, that is GeoCat Bridge, and it's all about publishing made easy. So I'm going to hand over to our expert team of Yona and Sander, and please let us know. Over to you.
Okay. Hi. Yes. Yeah, it's all about publishing the bridge tool. But first, let me introduce ourselves. I'm going to show a little. Yeah, I'm just
first share the screen.
Yeah, first share the screen. Yeah,
I can
you
see
can
nicely.
see me, but yes, you see the talk I did at the QGIS user conference back in April. Yeah, we are from GeoCat, and the plugin is also from GeoCat. GeoCat is a company. We publish. Well, maybe you can say something that's maybe better. Do you know?
Yeah. So GeoCat is most of our customers are in the spatial data infrastructure field. So most of them are governmental agencies, and so we help them with their spatial data infrastructure problems. So all with open source technologies like GeoNetwork and GeoServer. And we also develop a way to make them have let them get their data from their local environment to a cloud environment. For that purpose, we started building Bridge, this tool, and we have it for QGIS, but we also have it for ArcGIS.
Yeah, I will. We will tell more about Bridge later, but yeah, this is what GeoCat does, making publishing easier. Indeed, governments or other big companies have a lot of data, and it's gold, and you want to share it. If it's horrible if people cannot find your data. Why? So we make it findable. We are in Bennekom in the Netherlands, and in Spain and in Canada. And it was a beautiful screen of Bennekom. It's in fact nice that it's an aerial photo, so it looks a lot bigger than it is in reality. The contents of the talk is, I will do first a small demo. I'm not going dive into Bridge very deep then. It's just show what it does. And then we will go to the GeoCat Bridge. What is it? What does it? And how can you contribute? And here I already have a little picture of what is what are the components which are key for GeoCat. That's the publishing stuff with GeoServer, or you can also use MapServer, but we have maybe mostly GeoServer, GeoNetwork, and desktop on the other side. And yeah, you need to have to publish your nice maps from your desktop to the server side. And there comes Bridge. So I will go to a little demo, live demo. Always difficult maybe, but yeah. I have a nice QGIS project like you see here. This is Bennekom in the Netherlands. You see I have a few layers in it with our company and some medical manatees. I just took them from OSM with the OSM, a quick OSM plugin for QGIS, and I added some the locations of some AEDs. It's the
defibrillators.
Defibrillators. Yeah, that's a difficult word in English. So that's point data. I have some highways, it's lines, and also just some simple polygon. Yeah, I put everything in it. You saw already when I zoom out, there's zoom levels. If I take some nice, I go to the symbology, then you see it's a marker with which is made from some layers with a simple marker, a font marker, well, some kind of things like that, just to show you how you can publish difficult layers.
More advanced.
Yeah. More advanced layers, yeah, just in one click to 2 clicks to GeoServer, for instance. So there's a plugin. Well, you can edit it with the plugin manager. It appears when you have edited it. It's in the web
web menu.
In the menu, it's under comes under the web, and then you see GeoCat Bridge with Publish and StyleViewer. We will also show you something of that. And there's a button also in the web toolbar. Yeah. Well, this is the bridge tool. Like I said, I will go in deeper in it later. But you see here are all my layers with some metadata, and I can say, well, go to a data server. In this, we have a GeoServer. We can the metadata. We can publish the metadata, and well, in fact, that's it. Everything, all layers are are selected. So, well, let's publish. You see what's happening. Finished, created, and then we see a little screen with the result. So the publishing from the map data is on and on. Here's the link to the URL. Well, let's do that. First, let's go. I'm going to the metadata server. That's nice. It's not clickable. Oh, I thought it was clickable, but
I think it is, but perhaps it's not because of...
Oh, yeah. If I close that, then you see now there are some pictures, so you can see it's published to GeoServer for GeoNetwork, the metadata, and GeoServer, the data itself.
If you do the right mouse button on those,
yeah,
then you can actually go to see the layer.
Well, so I learned something also. That's good. I just wanted to show you if I go to GeoNetwork, the catalog, then you see the different published metadata sources. So I had a layer medical, and you see everything what was in it from the metadata is here, downloads and views. This are the links from my GeoServer, in fact.
Yeah.
And well, let's add it to the map. It's only in the Netherlands, in Bennekom, so you see the whole world. So that's I have to zoom in.
Yeah.
And I take a little different background. So Wageningen, hier Bennekom. I'm already there. Now it's starting to show. That's it, easy. And in GeoServer, you see it also, a layer preview.
Medical. Search for medical.
Yeah. Then I have here my layer preview from demo publish, QGIS medical amenities. And I go to the open layers, and there I see it directly. So yeah, and basically that's it. Let's go deeper in it. We can. So those are some screenshots, a little bit bigger. So you can, if you download the presentation later, you can see everything back what we here just showed here.
You all demoed this live. So
yeah.
We can go through it quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Technical.
oh,
yeah.
Okay, you're. Yeah, I also have. If you have, I had a group layer, and that's also published as a group layer to GeoServer. If you look at it, then you see all the layers that's in the group. Just that they are published. So that's great because well, if you don't use Bridge, what's happening? Okay, I have all those layers. What do you have to do? Every layer you have a lot of actions. You have to create a store. Well, in fact, we created a workspace. That's this Bridge does that. So you create a workspace, then you create a store, you create layers, you create styles. You have to add these styles to the layers, and you create a layer group, and that for every layer. So that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So Bridge. Yeah. It's a tool for to publish your desktop GIS maps and data to open technologies. It says here, but well, in fact, to servers, to map servers, or and also metadata servers. And even you can even use a PostGIS or other database servers. What's in it? Well, this is the overview I showed you. In the beginning. The desktop GIS, you see. It says ArcMap, ArcGIS Pro, and QGIS. That's are the three desktop GISs that we are working with now. Yeah.
Although Pro will be released later this year. But,
yes.
Yeah.
So if we dive into Bridge, well, let's go a little bit back to here. Well, in fact, the Bridge tool started as a tool for ArcMap. To publish from ArcMap to GeoServer, because from ArcMap to the Esri viewers, that's easy, but sometimes some people just have other servers like GeoServer or MapServer. So the Bridge tool was made for ArcMap, and now this tool is converted to QGIS, and that's open source. The ArcMap tool, the ArcGIS tools, of course not, because it's for proprietary software. So the tool also is not completely open. But for QGIS it is. And for ArcGIS Pro, you're developing it now, Sander? Yeah. It looks very good, I can say. It's.
I mean, the QGIS Bridge exists since 2019. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And it was the first release.
So it's open source for QGIS, so you can contribute. What does the Bridge tool? Well, you can have metadata. You can publish it with the appropriate standards. Yes, the ISO or the Canadian HNAP standard, or Inspire. That's for for all Europe. So that's all built in. There's data you can publish to GeoPackage or spatial database.
PostGIS. Actually, it's it's the only one we support, and so GeoPackage and shapefile, of course.
Yeah. And there's also, of course, a big cartography part. And it's for MapServer, MapBox, GeoStyler, SLD. It's all there. You will see that later. The panel. You already saw it. It has a publish part with the layers in it and the metadata. You can for QGIS you can add your metadata here, or you can do it in the in fact it all goes to the layer properties. So you can also go to the QGIS metadata editor and add there.
Or import from an XML if you already have metadata.
Yeah, of course. The server panel, there's a little server panel where you can, in fact,
can show it live.
Yeah, that's because this works all. So here we have metadata. It's nice, the OSM highway. I just go to the QGIS metadata editor. You see here my abstract, the categories, and and the keywords. What's nice is that because I took it from the Quick OSM tool, then it puts automatically the license and the links to the OpenStreetMap. So that's cool. That's all in it. That's all in the metadata. And we were going to the servers. Let's do the GeoServer name. Where is it? This is one-time action. You add your your servers once, and then it's stored in your user profile for QGIS. So yeah, it's always there. And of course the credentials, the login stuff. You can test your connection. It says it's tested. The service we have is for now is GeoNetwork, as metadata, GeoServer, MapServer, and as a database, the PostGIS database. For GeoServer, there's you have to do twice. That's only you have to edit twice because, well, that's mainly because GeoServer works like that. GeoServer has two storages, like file-based or database.
Well, so, it depends really. I mean, if you GeoServer can also publish to PostGIS.
Yeah.
But then it will create the layers or create the tables on PostGIS from GeoServer. Mm-hmm. But usually that's not what you want, right? You want to own the table yourself, and then you have to set up the PostGIS connection.
Yeah. So in here I have GeoServer storage, just file-based, but I can also say import it into the PostGIS database. I have it here.
Yeah.
So back to
it's in some corporate environments, people don't have access to the database, and then GeoServer can do it for you.
What's where is my
I don't know. We're still connected.
Okay. Yeah. Back to where we have to be.
The StyleViewer.
Yeah. We will go deeper into that, but another part of Bridge is not only this publishing panel, but also a StyleViewer, and that's really great. Well, I'm a user. I'm not a developer, so I'm a user, and
You're a big fan of it.
Yeah. I didn't know it, and then someone told me, and I said, "Oh, wow!" Because you make an SLD, and StyleViewer is a panel. You can just see the SLD, how it's published. Can I?
Make that full screen?
No. Yeah, but the
text.
The text will be small. So the SLD, how it's, but also how it's in the MapServer language.
Map file. Yeah.
The map file, the MapBox.
Yeah, that's probably, but there was a warning there. So I guess there was some parsing problem for MapBox.
Well, so for the OSM highway, it has some MapBox style, GeoServer style, GeoStyler. So you can see how the style is in other languages, and also copy paste this and use it. So here you see it a little bit bigger, so you can read it. What's nice to know is you can also, of course, export the SLD. In QGIS itself, you can take style and then say export. You see, it's different. It has SEW fill, and here it is in the Bridge SLD. It has CSS parameters, and well, it's a different version of the SLD.
Yeah, Bridge uses SLD 1.0 still, and QGIS has SLD 1.1. But that's not a big problem. I mean, in GeoServer, internally always works with 1.0 anyway. So
So that's good. So it will sometimes you have your exported your SLD in QGIS, and then you think, oh, I just don't see everything like I would like to have it. So that it can be that there are differences. So you can have the translation from those two. You can just see it in the StyleViewer, and therefore add some changes yourself if you like it. Let's go to Bridge, and that's what Sander is here for, mainly because I know a little bit, but Sander knows everything. Of course, it is a community plugin, well, at least for a QGIS. So please be welcome to collaborate. You can program, you can make documentation. Of course, you can also give us money. That's always good. Funding. Or you can come work with GeoCat. It's also good. The plugin stuff, it's all on GitHub.
Yeah, that link was Bridge Style, actually.
Yeah. So here the design and architecture, it's all based on Python. The Bridge core, and you have, in fact, there are 3 sort of libraries or packages. How do you call it? It doesn't matter. You can contribute it to all separately. They are not necessarily in fact, they are used also by other programs. So we will see that.
The Bridge Style.
Mainly. So there's a Bridge metadata. That's to bring it to the metadata server. In fact, to GeoNetwork. That works fine. The Bridge style is very important. We will talk about it more. And since not so long, there's also a package that's called server plugins, and there it's the community comes in, because we added it, Sander added it, but there's no documentation yet. It's not you can.
No, essentially, it allows developers to create their own server connections for QGIS Bridge. Unfortunately, no one did it yet, also because this is quite hidden. So you can say, I want to publish to Degree or some other server, and then you can develop your own plugin based upon some base plugin that we have.
So in fact, you can add all kind of servers. Just like you want, even on databases maybe, or so don't be afraid that if you have you want to publish your data and you have to stick to GeoServer or to MapServer, no problem. If you have a different kind, then just add it.
Contact me and I can help you start it.
And please contribute by making the documentation, so Sander won't be bothered by everyone. But so there's the Bridge style. That's the most important one. It's Python library, in fact, to convert map styles between various formats. Like it's open source. It's a sort of library. You can also have it command line, and
yes,
it's used by a lot of parties. In fact, can you tell me more about it?
So QGIS to Web is also a plugin that's quite popular and that uses Bridge style internally. There's also I know, for instance, Camp to Camp, also an open source GIS company like we are. They have been using it in projects for ArcGIS Pro, then to convert from Pro to SLD. That part is actually not used by QGIS because, well, it's not ArcGIS, of course, but it's the same library. And the library is roughly based upon GeoStyler, which is by Terrestris. But that is a JavaScript library. So we ported that roughly again to Bridge style for Python. Yeah. So
I will go back to
the
stop screen sharing.
Okay.
Because are we there?
Are we still?
Yeah,
I can see you guys. You're all still good.
Hey.
Brilliant stuff.
We only saw a black screen with that said Amy, but there was no one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I just turned off my camera so that my stream rate would be better. Sometimes we have no power, then my internet's like, woo. So I just turned it off for the duration of the talk. That was fantastic. I really think this is such a usable plugin for everybody. I mean, whether you're using, proprietary software, whether you're using QGIS, I really think it's such a great sort of functionality to be able to use. And I'm really excited to see that you can use those more complex symbols with the symbol layers. Because that was something I was missing previously. There was a lot of times where you made a beautiful map and then you wanted to publish it and everyone was like, you can use this type of line and this type of SLD. So I was not impressed. So I'm really keen that is the function, some of the functionality that's available. That's very, very interesting. I see in the live comments, Raymond says he appreciates your shirt. So compliments on that.
yeah, it's no coincidence I'm using it today because it was a really, really nice conference in Den Bosch, and well, in fact, this talk I just prepared it for the user conference, and so that's also great to make some more noise. Advertise. Yes.
Awesome stuff. And then Antonio just says awesome exclamation point. So it's fantastic, and I'm very keen to see what we can sort of use this for, because I think it's a very useful tool to put into sort of a stack of things that you're doing, especially as a user who's not that well practiced in publishing stuff online and making online maps. I think it's so easy that it's just a 2-click process and you're there. So that is fantastic. If there are any questions, I encourage everyone to write them in the live chat and I'll read them out. And then if anyone in the room, I see Victoria's in the room, if you have any questions, just yell. Otherwise, I will finish the talk off.
Well, maybe we can. You wanted to say something?
Yeah, I was just, because you said it's like a tool that you can incorporate into your workflow. I was just reminded that also something that is very hidden still. There is a processing tool also. So when you install Bridge for QGIS, then you also get a processing tool which you can incorporate in like a workflow. So then you can automate map processing also.
It's added to your processing toolbox. In fact, as soon as you add the plugin to your QGIS. So that's great.
Wow, that's a total perk.
Yeah. It's. I think for GeoServer it only does file-based publishing though, so that it's not like super advanced. But you can use it.
Awesome. Victoria, do you have any questions or comments?
Yes. First of all, this is a great plugin. Thank you so much for the presentation. My question is, I'm not sure if I got it right. Earlier at the beginning, you said the QGIS plugin is open source, so you can go through the code, but the one for ArcGIS is not. So I wanted to find out, is there a difference in the offerings for QGIS and ArcGIS, and like maybe briefly touch on what's available on one side that's not available on the other?
So the QGIS Bridge one, in terms of server support, they're pretty much similar. So both support GeoServer, GeoNetwork, MapServer, and PostGIS as a spatial database. Yeah, you know, the original ArcMap Bridge, there's 10 years of development behind that. So just some things are just more configurable. So you have more things that you can do like in detail. And there's more like metadata processing going on. There's more stuff like how do you want your layers to be published, and the web services that will be created on the GeoServer side, how do you want them created, and so on. So there's much more stuff that you can configure, and for QGIS Bridge, this is all not implemented yet, you know, so it just does some kind of default. And if you want more advanced settings, then you would have to go into the GeoServer admin panel and set those things accordingly.
I think also that the big difference is in the styling, because the styling of ArcGIS Pro or ArcMap, it uses the style definitions from Esri, and that's
that's also a thing, because Esri, of course, their font set, their characters, that's all proprietary. So when people publish from ArcMap to GeoServer, then basically what they're doing is copyright infringement, because you cannot really publish those Esri fonts to GeoServer. So we warn them for that. They are allowed to do it. But if they publish an Esri font to GeoServer, then essentially what they're doing is a breach of terms. So we also, in ArcMap Bridge, we also help people to, it provides a basic mapping from some Esri symbols to open source symbols. So that stuff is built in. That's something that does not really play on the QGIS level, because then we assume that people just use open source fonts and symbols and so on. Yeah.
So
Brilliant
yes,
stuff.
That's basically it. Yeah.
Cool. Any last comments?
Not
Alright.
Not in
Great.
the chat. Okay.
Yeah, then that's it for this fantastic presentation. I think this is a really useful tool, and I encourage everyone to go check out the plugin, play with it a little bit, upload your really cool styles, and just, you know, get involved. Especially with the QGIS plugin coming in now, it's always great for the community to test it, send out any issues, and become, you know, contributing members to the plugin and to the workflow. So I do really encourage everybody to go and do that. Thank you all for joining in for this session, and I will then see everyone at the session at the end of the day. I know there's quite a large gap, but I did want to give everyone time to be able to come to that session. It is, of course, a community conversation session, so there won't be much of a presentation. We'll just be going through the feedback for the new QGIS website design and having a bit of a chat about that and where we are in that process. So thank you everyone for joining, and thank you so much again to our wonderful speakers. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Alrighty, we're off air. Thank you. That